What is up, Perfect 100 IQ Club? It's Dekar here with another banger of a game. This one's a full VOD review. We are Rengar Jungle. This is before the patch, the new like 8 or 9 buffs Rengar is going to receive. Make him pick Bam, make him super OP. But yeah, we're Rengar Jungle into the Shyvana. We have Lethal Tempo plus Ignite. This is for the dual potential. This is so that we can 1v1 her if we catch her. So we just one-shot her, kill her. And take Lethal Tempo on top of that, because first strike, you will not be able to fight her. You can't one-shot her, ever. You cannot duel her, ever. So the Lethal Tempo is just better for that. Conqueror would also be a good substitute if you don't like Lethal Tempo. But this is just the jungle game. They didn't scout bot, so we had to be a bit more timid walking up. We have the Darius top with Ghost Flash into Kled Ignite Flash. Also, Kled, I don't believe, has Resolve Tree, which means it's super free kills. Yeah, right there. Conk, Domination. Just abuse him. We early game plan right here, because Shyvana likes to run full clear plus Star Blue side because of her E and her cooldown. Like, she's very cooldown based for her clears. We're going to mirror the full clear, and we're going to fight her up at her top side once we catch her out. Jump Q, smite, use her W. I think I should have autoed that one more time right here. Auto plus Q. So we want those babies showing a lot sooner, so I can actually aggro them, keep my DPS going. Because the longer it's sitting there with no, like you see on these Krugs, the longer it's sitting there with no minions up, the longer I don't get to hit anything. I should have auto-queued right there as well on those first two, the two that were closest to me. I might have let that other one get there closer, quicker. Have our 4 stacks when we get to this, this brush, and we just one auto on every single baby minion here. Use our 4-stack W and use our regular W. That's going to kill them all. We want to leave one baby alive, that way it follows us, and then we have stacks once we get to the wolf camp. Of course, once the Rengar buffs come through, that will be a bit less important. It's kind of lame. Hit these a few times, and then we drag it. I believe I used one extra auto attack here, unfortunately. But we drag it so that the double W hits the blue buff. Auto Q, drag this over to kill the Gromp as well. And we're hitting these with a whole bunch of Ws. Like, basically, it's just... ever since the W buff, Rengar's clear is oppressive. Very overpowered. Don't waste your 4 stacks on Qs. The Ws heal you for as much damage as you took, as well as dealing a shitload of damage. So we got that. I fucked the clear a little bit. That should have been a bit quicker here, getting up to this brush. You'll see. We're going to sweep and walk through. I don't think I should have even swept and walked through. I should have just straight walked in. Here she is. She thinks she wins this. She does not. I've got Ignite. You've got Exhaust. Unfortunately for you, I'm Rengar, homie. Shame Darius didn't get that that KP. Fuck. I didn't realize that in the very beginning. But we get the 2-0. That's a 2-0 start for the top side. That's huge XP. I got the top scuttle. And now I have 1,400 gold. 1,400 gold you can turn into, if you've got, you know, inspo secondary, you don't want to get boots because you literally can't. But if you don't, you just always grab the boots as early as you can. At least a boots 1. At the very least, boots 1. Boots 2 upgrade, you want to get, if you can get it, you know, just fluidly. But the Boots 1 pickup here is so that we can just be around the map, do our clears. Because clear speed isn't the only thing, right? Like, if you get to the camp quicker, that little extra 25 MS, if you get there quicker, you get to start DPSing it quicker. It's also important. Oh yeah, you might have noticed the overheal shield right there. Overheal plus Bloodline with the Lethal Tempo setup I really, really like, due to the fact that... gives you a little extra Baron solo potential. Gives you much better dueling later on. Just that tiny bit of extra sustain is very helpful. Use our sweeper. You got to just chill in the brush before you do so. You always want to sweep. Walk away. He can kill that. And then I want my team... So right here, I don't have smite, but we know exactly where Shiv's pathing is. Remember, we killed her top side. That means she finished Krugs before we got the kill. Right? That means she's gonna, once she respawn, she's walking away to go down to her bot side and do a sweep. So she's gonna do Gromp, Wolves, raptors, and then now that she's seen me, she saw me bot. So because she was a little bit ahead of me on this whole little rotation, that means she's going to move into our top side jungle as well. Now, that's something I really can't do anything about that. That's okay. It's fine. We sacrifice that in order to get the Krugs, or the dragon here. And then we can maybe move up and catch her near the Krugs later on. This is just a basic rotation. She did it correct. We did it quasi-correct. I should have been spam pinging for her assistance, because Kaisa could have helped us clear that a lot quicker. Should have used the E so it hits the whole camp, and I would have just kept my stacks there. That's all. Walk up. We're looking. Now, thing is here, he doesn't have flash, remember? Used it up at Tribrush. So he can't, like, flash E. If he could flash E, he could, like, kind of harass and get him... Well, we got our E up. Missed that. We're going to double W. That Kale ult. Let's go. Perfect job from the Kale right there. And now we have the third stack on our Relentless tree. Very good job from her. And we pulled, I think that was Ahri Ignite, which is nice. Keeps a little bit of kill potential off of the mid lane. We're sitting here debating. Just grab the boots. It's a shitty buy. When you got 900 gold, it never feels good unless if you have pickaxe in your future, you're like buy pathing, right? As Rengar, you don't want to go tabbies. You don't want to go merc treads. You want the CD boots. You need the CD boots. Gives you much better clear. Gives you much better threat with your ults. Sucks. Unless if you have ult hunter, the tabbies can be decent. If you're up against like a full AD comp, tabbies can be decent. Merc treads I would never really go though on unless if it's, you know, like, that's the thing about merc treads. The tenacity doesn't work on knockups. And so, like, we already, as Rengar, if you have 4-stack W, you can just use it to cleanse any form of CC that merc treads already work against. So you just get, like, a little bit of, like, lower value on those boots than most other champs do. We're just going to jump on them, just throw our whole combo here. We were waiting for the charm from Ahri. They got a pink here. And that's like what I was talking about. The charm, I can 4-stack W. His hook, his Nautilus hook, Nautilus ult, shit like that, I cannot 4-stack W those. If I have flash, I can 4-stack W and then flash, but cannot do that if I have nothing, none of my abilities, you know? This is a very nice, pretty lucky rotation for us. The Shyvana, she's just kind of mindlessly clearing, and so when we have an opportunity to go to her camps, we're just allowed to do it. Like it just happens because she's like a little lost, slightly lost. Shame I used my W here because look at this bastard. Of course he's right here. Spank him up. Goes our Darius. That kill. Perfect. And now she hit that thing. For a stack W. And we're just using it for a little HP. We pulled aggro. She gets a little lifesteal off of it too. I think the eyeball gave her lifesteal. I'm using my stacks. I'm doing this. She, I think, could have gone, like, you know, the long way with me. This is... Gotta be careful here for his E right there. That is exactly what I'm afraid of. And you'll see Kale crying right here. Man, if you just keep hitting him, he's dead. Don't think so. Do not believe so. Shyvana's E is like 5 seconds or something. Super OP shit. Grump heal. And now we'll be pretty topped off. And we're waiting for our... Obviously, we went whip. So we are looking for the Gore Drinker frontline build. We'll get the Black Cleaver, obviously, and then it's a little switched up here because our Kale, her ult is like a super important tool in these team fights. We don't want to have her... Oh, that was very lucky. We don't want to have her wasting her ult on us, so we get the GA as fast as possible. After core, of course. I don't want to be stealing these last hits right here from the Darius, but it's just about like get the wave and we fuck off. I could have gone for Krugs, and he could have gotten 2 plates. But I think that is overly aggressive. I don't think that's necessary. The amount of throw that exists there if Ahri comes up with the Kled far outweighs like how much we get out of soaking every resource. Plus, Shyvana then gets to rotate. If they see us, Shyvana gets to rotate to my bot side camps and then look for a dive bot, right? It's just not too worth it. Instead, we do a faster rotation. We get on this guy. This Pyke, man. He was a little lost. That is... how do you miss that, bro? How do you miss that, man? Nautilus is such a fat bitch. He doesn't have his Q to hook away. He doesn't have flash or anything. It's not the... You notice I have 55 MS, so it's not the laggy server. It's there's no excuse for this guy. He's just pooping it up. Pooping and shitting. Just gonna go B. We're not staying on the map too often because we want to... Like if we mindlessly clear, like the Shyvana has been doing, right? Mindlessly going camp, camp, camp. Like it's like a flow chart where she's like, is there a camp that's up near me? Go to it. Is there a camp up near me? Go to it. Do I have a flank or something? Maybe I can look for like a mini gank. If I mindlessly farm with her, we roughly go equal. If I can catch her out on one of these rotations, if I can catch her in the fights, I get to take advantage of that and continue to control the match. Also, fucking missed that E. So I'm sitting here trying to stare, like, look at the ganks and shit. Look at that smite. Make it look like we're walking away. Go right back at her. She is dead. You do not escape this, my man. Quick R. I think I should have gone the way that Kale did. Jump on her. Missed the snare because she ulted. She missed charm though. That's lucky. Very lucky. I was never in danger of dying there because the Kale has R. And we're right there. But that would be a waste of her ult, you know? You don't want to, just because the resource is up doesn't mean you want to be, like, taking it and forcing them to use it. Steal the red. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. We want to catch her on these little weird fights, these weird, like, mindless rotations of hers. Catch her on one. I got the scuttle. I got the kill on her. Kel got kill assist. We got to get Ahri's ult. We got to crash mid. We moved to the Raptors. We moved to the red. We get to steal. Overall, we stole 3 camps that she otherwise would have gotten. I would have finished my Raptors Krugs earlier, but that's not worth, like, stealing 3 camps and getting a kill is so much higher value than going 2 versus 3 plus, like, potential bot lane play. Far, far, far more worth. Because all they've really got, like, their big, their saving grace here is the Shyvana. If Shiv was allowed to scale a bit harder, get her Bork and stuff, we're going to click R, we're just going to go for it. If she is allowed to play her game, get her dragons, again, missed that R, man. If she's allowed to get her dragons, scale up, get that Bork, go stat ball, she actually is a win con here. Throw our E at the Ahri. Slow her down. We're there. Kale with the teleport. Ooh, and she did that. I think her TPing up there instead of to us is perfect. I think that's literally a perfect teleport because it doesn't tell Shyvana, hey, back off, you got a TP. Like, she would have walked away a lot quicker if the teleport were at the creep wave. You might think to yourself, why would she TP there? But that's actually, I think, literally perfect. Optimal. Sometimes it's not optimal to teleport to like the closest thing you can. Unless of course you're like Malphite. Then you just always want to be there. But with the Kayle right there, Shyvana spent like, I think 3 or 4 more seconds than she otherwise would have going aggressive. And so she died and they all paid for it. My whole team, this game, everybody did pretty well. Except Pyke was like, mechanically, he was just fucking shitting the bed. He was pooping, shitting, and farting. He was stinking it up. He's a gassy, fecal matter girl. Here's Shyvana. The snare off. Snare's the prio because we don't want him to ult away. I don't know if he had ult. I don't recall. He goes down. We're not, again, we're not taxing the Darius here. If we get an accidental Lancet or two, it's whatever, but the goal is wave clear as fast as possible and then walk away. Goal is always be, when possible, be off the map. Also, when you're backing, when you intend to back, never do it in vision. Do not do it in vision. You're not flexing. You're not like making these guys really regret their decisions to let you queue up and beat them this game. You are showing what a stupid fucking douchebag you are. You are griefing your team. Anytime you're backing in vision as jungle, you are basically ruining the fucking game for your team. That was lucky she didn't get the big one there. God bless. And see, watch. We've got mindless rotation. So this is I've been preaching the oh mindless blah blah blah. Watch what I do right here. It sucks. Because we've got ult, we saw the rotation down. We're even pinging that shit. Like, he pinged both. I think he's asking. Because there's no way he could possibly know that they both used it. There's just no way. There's just no way. Pyke walking up, he should be fine. Pyke is very, very slippery. Pyke's such a bastard champ. I hate his dash, man. I hate his dash. I hate the fact that his gray health or whatever always makes us he never has to be. It's so lame. Kill slightly out of position, but that's not her fault that I died at red. Plus, she almost had that. She was very, very close. Pyke, on the other hand, I don't know, man. Even his like rotations, he had no macro, he had no micro. What did he have? So let's see this. We put that down to see if Ahri's near. So remember, your vision doesn't get on the like both of them. It doesn't show both of them. We got double dot on her. Red buff ignite. That's a double kill. Let's go. So now look at my XP. I just got a solo on both Shyvana and Ahri, and now I'm looking at her entire bot rotation. Well, actually, not the blue. Because again, we don't want to be doing the mindless close camp equals dead camp. We don't want to do that. That's also why our KP is, what, 13 out of 16 right here? We kill the other 2. That's high value. That's 2 camps. You kill 2 camps. It's perfect. It's great. I'm also not putting myself in, you know, a dangerous position, an overly aggressive position. We're also setting up for the Drake. Drake is win con for Shyvana every game. Remember, she gets the double scaling off of the dragons. She gets armor MR for every Drake that she kills. And on top of that, she's just like a heavy scaling champ to begin with. Shyvana's a menace if you let her farm up and get, like, do what she wants. If you interrupt her, if you mess with her, She's a bit more manageable. Here goes Pike. Backing at the wrong time. Backing in the wrong position. Not flashing the instant the guy landed the hook. Not using his dash to dodge the hook. That is a laundry list of mistakes. How many mistakes have I made this entire game? Now look at what the Pike just did right there. Remember, we did say, or no, we didn't say it yet. We say it later. Oof, poor Nautilus, man. We're just waiting. Just want to get that off. Jump in. KO. Now right here, I messed up on that W. I do need to get better at using KO. The timer on it does not match the graphic. Also countering KO. Like, mechanically, I tend to mess up against that stupid thing. I don't even remember if I ever had it timed, you know? Because we will have Zonias. You know it's done right now, and then you can like skill shot on it. Kale ult, time is a little weird. Same with Zillion ult, because it says desynced. Like I think it's a little lower than the GA. It's like 3.5 or 3 seconds, something like that. And yeah, we tell them I've almost got GA because you can save it, because I'm the most important person in this game right now. I am super farmed. I am dealing the most damage. I'm doing everything, right? And so in her head, theoretically, the Kale should be thinking, "Oh, we got to save it for Rengar, right? We got to pop off with Rengar." Well, in actuality, because I got the GA, she doesn't even have to give a shit. I can just go in. I have my GA, and then she can save it for someone else. Because now it's not highest value ult on me. Highest value would be on like herself or the Kaisa coming up here in these fights because of the GA. Here's Ari. So we've got our GA. We're looking at, and this is just the objective game. That's a lot of what the current meta is. Play around neutrals. Play around big rotations, big picks. So you get a fat kill on a side wave. Or you get 2 big kills on a side wave. Catch their bounties that they have on them. Catch them and abuse those big power spikes that you get out of stuff. I don't like the bounty system. I don't like the incredible value on Drakes. That makes like Nunu a little too high value. That makes like 50/50s a little too high value. I understand it. Skirmish meta is very fun, as well as like if a game is closer, just makes people want to play more, but I'm not a big fan. There goes Pike again. They aren't even setting up appropriately. They're not doing anything correct there to get that kill on the Pike. He's just fucking dumb. He's bad this game. He's not doing well at all. This guy he's like basically inting. Right? Because we knew they were all there. We knew it was dark. They knew he was from Baron. Like, all that info, all this information, he's basically completely ignoring for the sake of what? Because you're Pike? You think you're fucking invincible? We just started, we moved back. It was worth a shot. If they continued, if they kept going on tier 2 and tier 3, then we actually get Baron there. But because they turned around, they did, I think, the smart thing, kind of. Ari did... She did grief pretty hard. And notice, remember, we've got the GA. We told her. You can save it for yourself here. They might not have even noticed the GA because it's a very small graphic. I don't like how small it is nowadays. I wish it was bigger. That's what he said. We use our smite right now. Nobody's up. Nobody's here to challenge it, so we can just smite it. Focus more on DPS, staring at the thing. Just spam ping us so they know, like, you keep hitting this. Please keep hitting this. Pike did a good job right there tanking it as well so that Kale and I could DPS. So now we get the Baron. She got a huge, like, she got so much out of that fight. It was perfect, and she saved her ult, just like we said, right? Because I have my GA, I can just focus on being frontline. I don't have to be near her. I don't have to worry about her wasting it on me. I get to do my thing. She gets to do her thing. Scale's a hyper carry. Kais is a hyper carry. Even Darius up against certain comps. This one, a little less. He's good against the Kled. He's good against the Shyvana and the Nautilus. Not so much against Xayah Ahri, though. We get that. We got a decent buy. I think an alternative right there could have been wait a little bit for Giant's Belt plus Pickaxe, and that would turn into Titanic. But I don't have my GA active, and I do want to build towards the... Because Xayah's like, she's putting out a deceptive amount of damage. I do want to build towards my Anathemas here. Just walk at them, zone them out. They don't have Prio here. They're split. 2 left, 3 right. God mode. That's a hairline diff. Just waiting. There we go. Good thing Kale. Kale ult, man. That shit, like I said, that's so high value. So good. We don't talk about it. He fucked up so bad. I love fighting in this brush, because you get to do this. There's that charm. Dick. Stay on him. I did not want to use the snare because her charm was coming up again. And I think she has Everfrost right now, right? Yeah. Don't want to over-aggress, because the goal isn't to kill the Shyvana. The goal right there is to get the dragon. Get the soul. Mountain soul is super high value. Incredibly OP. If you can get that, you almost certainly win whatever game you're playing, right? In an even match where you're allowed to get mountain soul, I bet the stats are like 90% of the time the mountain soul wins. Even gold, even XP. It's lame because Riot doesn't really release like all those stats. They always cherry pick stats and like, oh, look how cool it is that bounties exist, guys, and then like just some worthless shit. So right here we skirt the walls, and then we get in that brush. Just sit right here. Darius should seem alone. One thing is, so like Ray, I think would notice this because he went Hullbreaker. He went to EDG at one point, I think. He used to play on C9. He would notice. He's the only player who ever noticed like little things that I ever did when we would lane. But the Hullbreaker right there, the passive doesn't go off because I'm next to him. And so that info was available. Like a very, very astute, a very observant player would notice like, oh, somebody's nearby. But it's still a decent spot to sit in. That brush. Missed an auto. Nah, it didn't matter anyway. Oh no, actually it did. Because I wanted to be. But then he did the R and they caught out Kled like... Team did a good job. Jump in. We're just waiting for a high value W plus Gore Drinker. So we get quite a bit of HP. We got no HP, but team wiped them. Team ends it on their own anyway, so I'm just going to say, fuck it, walk away. Be that guy. And the FF. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. How to play Rengar in the jungle. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it gave some amount of info for people, but we'll be doing more informative stuff. I got some lessons coming up. Got about 4 or 5 we're going to start uploading to the YouTube, so if you want to see lessons, you want to learn, oh, what does he think about this player playing Yuumi mid in silver with PTA? I don't know. That's not one of them. I would tell them, fuck off. I'm keeping your money. But... yeah, we got lessons coming up. We got the guide stuff as well as the Rengar changes. I'll go over all that with big old video guides and stuff. So, yeah, stay tuned. And I love you, chat. Thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you enjoyed the show.